Hey everybody, welcome back to another Phone Call with Freedom. I am your host, Sarah Jean. Thanks for showing up in my corner of the world where we talk the universe. Today I wanted to touch on manifestation. This is a huge topic. It's a very popular topic I get asked about quite often. And I'm currently in the midst of manifesting a new vehicle. If you haven't heard the last podcast episode, I highly recommend checking that one out. It's called Catching Your Conditioning. There's a couple spaces recently that I've been trying to manifest things. At this point, I've pretty much manifested my lifestyle in general. And as I get better and better at this, my manifestations get a little bit more deeper, a little bit more difficult, because I have to go into the mind and reconstruct my mind to, first of all, believe in manifestation, right? We're not taught manifestation is a thing. From the very beginning, society teaches you that we have a financial structure, and that's what runs the game here. If you want anything, you have to find a way to acquire the money and then utilize the money to purchase the item or the experience that you're looking to have. It's an exchange, but in many ways, I think we can all see the exchange is uneven. We give so much time and energy toward this job, this career, whatever this is that's going to give us the money. And then we use the money. Most of us are just using it for normal survival method, right? Like rent, the mortgage, put food on the table, pay the lights, pay the car note, right? Maybe you have just enough left over to hit the bar on the weekend, to go out to dinner with a friend, have Starbucks 2 or 3 times a week. That's basically the method that we've been taught as far as surviving and creation goes. When I first started entertaining the idea of manifestation, it wasn't by will. It was because I was in a position where my father was very sick. The state would not cover to give us a nurse, but he wasn't well enough to live alone. So in that situation, what do? I can't leave him here because he's not okay to be alone. But I can't work either. So I can't work, but I have to keep the lights on. So what do? And it was being put in situations like that really encouraged me to begin questioning the financial structure that we've been taught. And the question became, is there a better way to create a reality for yourself, a way of living that I'm not exerting and giving every last little bit of myself in order to have a normal lifestyle? The financial structure has failed so many of us at this point that manifestation is becoming up front and center. It's always been there, but as a collective, we have neglected to look at it because we are not conditioned to see any other alternative methods when it comes to creating a reality for ourselves. The only thing that we see is the financial structure. A lot of us are also comfortable in struggling with the financial structure because, again, that's something that was conditioned during childhood. Most of us saw our parents, our loved ones, our friends, our communities struggling to make ends meet. That's what we saw. Now, as a child, you don't know right from wrong. As a child, all you know is what you see. You say, okay, this is how it's done. So a lot of us observed people struggling for money. Therefore, we created this belief in this world that in order to live an okay life, you have to struggle for money. And as a result, majority of us struggle for money. It is not because money is actually hard to get. Remember, you're on a ball floating in space. There's billions of dollars out here. It's not because money is hard to get. It's because we believe money is hard to get. Your beliefs run the roost. This is why you have, Joe down the road, completely in love with life, absolutely loves life. And then you got Johnny, same road, couple houses down, miserable. Now they're living on the same road, in the same world. 2 different beliefs. Your belief structure is developed during childhood. So if you haven't checked out some of the previous podcast episodes, I highly recommend checking them out because all of this kind of leads into manifestation. Manifestation is not just a small, simple subject. There's a lot that comes tied with manifestation because essentially what you're doing is, yes, you're learning how to manifest, but it's not about the object or the experience. It's truly about you connecting with yourself and realizing that you have capabilities beyond what you've been taught. You are stronger, you are smarter, you are faster than you have ever been taught. When you decide to begin entertaining subjects such as manifestation, what you're doing is you're telling the universe, I'm ready to remember. Because I'm tired of this game down here. I'm tired of this holding myself at a lower standard, having to exchange my lifetime for struggle. But I will tell you what, it is a process. It does not happen overnight, especially because the minds have been conditioned. So if you're here and you resonate with this, first of all, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for loving and supporting me while I love and support you. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for me. Keeps me moving in the right direction. If you caught last week's episode, I talk about how I took a financial hit in one of my avenues of income, and at the same time, I had a major issue with my car. So because I took that financial hit, I'm not in a position to go get a new vehicle. I'm being vulnerable here because my job as a coach, as a mentor, as a leader is to demonstrate. It's not to tell. People don't need to be told what to do. They just want to see you doing it. So I'm being vulnerable about where I'm at in my situation, and I'm proud to be vulnerable about it because the fact is life is a process. Sometimes you're going to be up, sometimes you're going to be down. You have to get comfortable with owning the process. How could you learn how to manifest if you're not in a space of lack? You can't. So the first thing I want you to realize is if you're in a space where you're struggling or you're dealing with finances or you're trying to obtain something that you don't have, the reason you're in that situation is not because you're a victim, not because the universe doesn't love you, not because you're being punished. You're in this situation so that you can truly find out who you are and what you're capable of. Showtime, baby. So the first thing that you're going to want to do when it comes to manifestation is you're going to want to educate yourself on the conscious and the subconscious mind. You have to understand that you have a very particular relationship with money based on your belief structure regarding it. Okay, and this was developed in the first 7 years of your life based on what you observed. For example, one of the biggest beliefs I took out was money was hard to get. I believed that my whole entire life. I truly believed it. How many times did I say to myself? I engraved it. I made the statement to the universe that money was hard to get. The universe is like, you're on a ball floating in space. I know that's what you've been taught. I know that's what you see and observe, but that doesn't have to be your truth. Once I started observing that, picking that apart and realized, oh shit, that's a belief that I have. This is my relationship with money. Wow, I actually truly believe money is hard to get because that's what I observed. I had to pick that apart, play with that, and bring in a new belief, which is money is easy to get. Money comes to me easily. Money is easy to get. Everything is in the ebb and flow. Everything is in the ebb and flow. I have everything I need plus more. I'm always in a state of overflow. I give from my overflow. Now, when you're talking subconscious beliefs, it's not as easy as just saying it. Right? You're going to be tested. You're going to come up against certain situations and scenarios like I am with taking that hit on one of my avenues of income and then taking a hit with the car. I'm being tested. What do I really believe? Because I'll tell you, my mind, the first thing my mind did was, you got to go get another job, or you got to do this, or you got to do that. You got to control the situation. And there's another part of me that was like, that's all your survival conditioning. If you don't want to be like that anymore, then you can't keep doing the same shit you've been doing. Trust. So now every day I'm like, I'm waking up, I'm taking deep breaths, I'm visualizing. I'm doing more of what I should be doing, which is connecting with myself and focusing on a solution. But that's a process. So ease up on yourself if you're in the middle of that process. As far as actual manifestation goes, you have an energy field that surrounds your entire body, up, down, side to side, all around, completely submerges your body. Now, this is important to know about. If you're walking around here in the physical body and you're actually enclosed in an energy field, don't you think that energy field would be just as important as understanding about the physical body? Yes, because it's you as a package. You have an energy field. This energy field, it's constantly moving. What creates the movement? Your thought and your feeling. When you combine your thought and your feeling together, create a little energy ball right out front of the heart chakra. That then floats off into your energy field and acts as a magnet, attracting like vibrations. So you could see why it's been so problematic if the minds have been conditioned to think and feel from a lower vibration. All we are omitting is lower vibrations, and then we're attracting shitty lower vibration scenarios into our realities. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? We're actually creating it, but because we have a lack of awareness, we don't realize that. I didn't realize that for a long time. I actually used to think Earth was a punishment. I really truly believed that. All of those feelings and thoughts were a result of beliefs that I had that were given to me. They weren't even mine. They were given to me. Everything is a matter of perspective. Everything is up to you. It's free will. You can believe what you want. I choose to believe that I came to Earth for a purpose, so I can forgive the fact that I've been conditioned. But this is the process that we are all embarking on. And if you're interested in manifestation, what you have to understand is that you have been conditioned to have a particular relationship with money. You're going to have to get very clear about what that is and then pick that apart. Let go of what does not serve you so that you can begin bringing in new beliefs. This is where things like affirmations, visuals, these are all going to help to rebuild your new beliefs. I have Post-it notes all over my house. I don't consciously read them every day, but my subconscious mind does. I'm looking at one right now. What does it say? I am so in love with my life. I am so in love with my life. I have that one right out front of my bedroom door. I am so in love with my life. What's this other one on my computer? I expect everything to go smoothly and effortless for me. This is another Post-it note that I have over here, okay? The reason I'm bringing this in, because manifestation becomes easier and easier when you understand the details of how to manifest and what's happening and how your mind works. Because manifestation is a mind game. It is a mind game. Everything in this reality is your energy in form. Okay, when you think and you feel, you create an energy ball. That ball floats off into your energy field and acts as a magnet. We have to begin pulling ourselves out of the space of thinking and feeling. We have to begin taking back our minds and stop thinking and feeling in a lower vibrational fashion. How? How can we do this? That became my big question, and we'll talk more about that on next week's podcast episode. I used to wake up in the morning and my mind would naturally go to the negatives of the day before, or a conversation that wasn't working out, or something I'm stressed out about. And my question became, why? Why does it naturally go to the negatives? You hear all the time, stay positive, stay positive. I get that. The question is, how? How do you stay positive? And my answer is all scientific, and it has everything to do with rewiring the subconscious mind. So we're going to be talking more about that in next week's episode. What I want you to grasp from this episode this week is that when you are looking to obtain something, anything that you want, you must multiple times a day take a moment, only a moment. It doesn't have to be that long. Obviously, the longer, the better. At the end of the day, as much as you can energize what you want, energize it. But you are also extremely powerful. And it doesn't take tons and tons and tons. It just takes you showing up to the table for 1 minute, 4 times a day. That's 4 minutes out of your day, where for that minute, you hone down for a second, you close your eyes, you see yourself in that experience, you feel as if it's already been done. In that moment, you're creating that energy ball. You're creating that energy ball right out front of your heart chakra. And when you open your eyes and you come to, it's going to float off into your energy field and it's going to act as a magnet, attracting that experience towards you. The more often you do it, the faster your manifestation. The reason I'm touching on the conditioning of the mind is because now, if I want to sit down and I want to visualize and I want to feel and I want to direct my energy into creating something, it's no problem. In the beginning, that was very difficult. Just to get my ass to sit down for 4 minutes a day was hard for me because of my conditioning. There was a part of me that was like, I'm wasting my time. It doesn't work. I didn't know if it worked or not. I just didn't believe in it because I wasn't taught about manifestation. So you do go through a reconstruction, and this is why I'm honing in on the subconscious. And this is why I'm really taking a strong look at the subconscious here, because I want you to understand that through this process, you will have these feelings, these moments of doubt, these moments of confusion. You're going to have these feelings come up, especially when it's something you're trying to manifest. Like right now, I'm trying to manifest this car. I outright have had people tell me, you're not going to get the car you want. And I've been able to forgive them because I think that they represent a logical energy within myself because I'm still conditioned. There is a fear in me that says I'm not going to be able to get what I want. That's the reconstruction, but that's what's happening. I'm reconstructing that belief. So I haven't been mad at anybody that's told me you're not going to be able to accomplish it because I know they represent my energy and form. And the fact is, I am trying to create this through pure manifestation. The beautiful thing about this is it's not about the car. Everybody's so focused on the kind of car I want. It's not about the car. It's about proving exactly what I'm talking about to you right here, right now. Manifestation is the capability is you tapping into your capability to create a tangible object or experience without money. Essentially, I am eliminating the money structure within my reality and rebuilding a new one. No, it is not easy, especially when you've been conditioned as deeply as we have about money. You have to open up and start trusting yourself. You have to start looking at your beliefs. You have to start cracking open. What am I really capable of? We are on a ball floating in space. Do I trust that I'm going to be able to make this happen? Do I trust that the universe is going to help me make this happen? And that depends on where you're at emotionally, your traumas, your energy field, your belief structure. So there's a lot tied into manifestation. The beautiful thing about manifestation is it's a wonderful starting point. As long as you understand that you're going to be reconstructing your mind through the process, then it's a beautiful starting point. Take a small item, let's say $100, okay? And I want you to just focus on that $100 for the week. 4 times a day for 1 minute. I want you to see yourself in your car with that $100 going to the bank. I want you to see the bank sign. I want you to pull up. I want you to hear the teller as clear as you can in your visual. You're depositing your $100 into your bank. I want you to see yourself with that $100 4 times a day. Now, you might find through that process, oh, I didn't sit down today. There's just a minute. Why couldn't you sit down? And this is where your conditioning is going to start coming up. Because the old you is trying to fight. No, this is the only way of doing things. But the new you is saying, we're on a ball floating in space. Relax. I'm stronger than I've been taught. And I need to find out what my capabilities are. All right? So remember, your thought and your feeling combined, that's your point of manifestation. Start watching your thoughts and your feelings because they're conditioned. This becomes our responsibility to take our thoughts back, pick apart all the conditioning that we've had, and put our minds back together in a way that's going to serve you, with beliefs that serve you. All right, and we'll get more into that belief structure and what that looks like in next week's episode. But for this week, I want you to take all your focus on manifesting that $100. I cannot wait to hear about it. That is the basis of it, though. Your thought and your feeling create things. Okay, so you want to think and feel in alignment with what you want to create. Now, the mind will tell you, nope. You got to simmer it down this week. Simmer the mind down. Put aside what you've been taught in the past. Open yourself up to a new way of doing things. You have a blank canvas. And remember, you are on a ball floating in space. If you haven't already, again, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for me. It keeps me moving in the right direction. Also, hop over to my website at InnerSarah, INNERSARAH. Subscribe that way so that you get notified when my book comes out. If you're interested in card reads, we do a read with SJ every Monday. Check out some of the other videos on my YouTube channel. And then, of course, I'm super excited to see you right back here next week where we're going to expand even further on how big and beautiful and, excuse my French, but fucking amazing that you are. You're a god and a goddess, baby. And if you're here, you're supposed to be here. So get ready, because this is just the beginning of a whole new chapter that's opening up for you. So I love you. I support you. Thank you so much for loving and supporting me. I will see you right back here next Wednesday for another phone call with Freedom.